It's time for my week 1 college football predictions. We've got a loaded week 1 slate, so without further ado, let's just get into it with the main event. Texas at Ohio State, number 1, number 3. A lot of people will hone in on the quarterbacks in this one. You've got Julian Saint and Arch Manning getting the starts here, and that's where a lot of the storylines will stem from. But I truly think this game will be won and lost in the trenches, where Texas does have questions along the offensive line, but Ohio State has serious questions about their defensive line depth with all they lost. I like Texas in the trenches with Colin Simmons and Anthony Hill and even a guy like Cole Brevard, the transfer from Purdue. And additionally, the Texas staff continuity is so there. And I think back to that 2023 Texas at Alabama game. I can't help but feel like this will be the same way. Texas is going to be surgical and pick apart an Ohio State team that has a lot to learn about themselves. LSU at Clemson will be a game I'm at on Saturday, and I think we're going to see some very high-level quarterback play here. Garrett Nussmeier, Cade Klubnik just dueling, even though both the opposing secondaries are really excellent. I think whoever's going to find success on the ground will be able to take more control of this game, and I trust that LSU running game just a little bit more with Caden Durham. Additionally, I think Blake Baker's defense in year 2 is going to be just that much better, the way it needs to be with Whit Weeks and with Harold Perkins Jr., and with Clemson breaking in a new defensive coordinator in Tom Allen. I think there's going to be more growing pains than most people think. I like LSU to get a stunning victory in Death Valley. Miami has been a house of horrors for Notre Dame. They've lost the last 6 times they played on the road there, but I really think the Fighting Irish get it done this season. CJ Carr, I think, elevates their ceiling as an offense as a whole. And then Miami, on the other hand, I've got questions about their offense and Carson Beck in this season, and I've also got a lot of questions about Corey Heatherman's defense in his first season. I don't think he completely flips things in just one offseason. I think they're still going to have some flaws on that side of the football, albeit maybe a little bit improved. Give me the Irish. Alabama is headed into a serious trap game. I think Florida State's going to be fired up. I could see the Noles with an early lead in this one, but I think Alabama guts it out and wins a very close victory. We got a neutral site game where it feels like everyone is rocking with South Carolina, but they've got some flaws that I think could really arise, like Lenora Sellers may be starting a little slow this year without his offensive coordinator, Dowell Logains, and I don't think their pass rush will be as elite as it was last year due to some personnel changes. I love every move Virginia Tech made this offseason. They got 2 new coordinators and a bunch of new players, including some continuity like Kyron Drones back at quarterback. I'm taking the Hokies to pull off a shocker in week 1. Look for Tennessee to take care of business versus Syracuse. They're 14-point favorites in this one, but I do trust Fran Brown's coaching. I think Syracuse does cover that. They can keep it close into the fourth quarter, but the Volunteers' superior depth will shine at the end. Too many red flags have been raised for me with Auburn football, with Hugh Freeze talking about all the different quarterbacks that could play, all that noise. I'm going to trust the team that looked hot the last time we played them. Give me Baylor at home. Georgia Tech is a team I am really high on this season. I think they win with their continuity on the road versus a scrappy Buffaloes team. I think this one will look very similar to Boise State at Georgia Southern from last season, but I like the Broncos on the road. And then finally, give me Bill Belichick to win in his home opener against TCU. This one could be a high-scoring, fun matchup, though.